Seriously, with Martin Bester.
I've been telling you about this and I'm super excited about it because often we spend pretty much a whole Wednesday morning raising funds for very, very good cause. For a very good cause this morning, we need to spend some of those funds that you've helped us raise and friends to the show. And one of those friends, I mean, we did this thing on air a couple of weeks ago. And let me tell you something. It was incredible. It was a competition where you won, but then the same amount of money and more goes towards Good Morning Angels. And the people responsible for this incredible, remember it was called the Summer of Millions. Representing Lottostar this morning in studio with us is Maria Pavli. Good to see you again.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Very well. We get to spend money and help people and make a change and a difference. Is there a better way to start the day?
There absolutely isn't. We are so excited to be here. Like you said, we spent weeks raising this money.
We did.
And now we're here to spend it.
Now, the first big question is, in case you missed the Summer of Millions competition, what is the final amount?
The final amount raised for GMA in the Summer of Millions was 891,000 rand.
That is massive, colossal.
Ja.
891,000 rand, 891,000 rands worth of changing lives, helping out, and just being great South Africans. I love that. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks so much for having us. We're excited to start giving it away.
And listen, because you didn't have to. Who else does this?
Thank you. Yeah.
Right? Whose brilliant idea was it?
Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure. We've always tied in a charity element into our competitions. And in having the Summer of Millions on Jacaranda, there was no doubt in our minds that all the money raised would go to Good Morning Angels. Good Morning Angels does such incredible things. And we're very honored to be able to help and to give away this money to people in need, to people in South Africa who absolutely need it. So,
thanks for the trust and thanks for the vote of confidence. Now let's start spending it, shall we? I saw a story. A lot of people tagged me in on social media, on Facebook as well, with a story of the school children that came to Pretoria for a marching band competition, as it turns out. And then something happened with their sponsored bus or the driver, and they couldn't get back. And the part that I love is how the local community, die gemeenskap in Hercules, how they mobilized a fundraiser and just help. They just got together and tagged people on social media, me amongst others, to say, listen, let's help these kids out. And I imagine you're far, I think that's from
the Western Cape, Malmesbury. Yes.
Malmesbury.
Sure.
That's a long way from home. Imagine that. And you don't understand all these things, what happened. And it's quite a story. To tell us more about it on the line this morning is Johan Kloete. Hy is van die Hercules Community Policing Forum. Johan, goeiemôre, hoe gaan dit?
Môre Martin, goed en met jou?
Lekker, dankie. As ek reg is, ek sê hierdie kinders van die Weskaap af Malmesbury se wêreld.
Dis korrek. Hulle is so 26 kinders gewees en dan 4 volwassenes wat opgekom het vir 'n kompetisie van Malmesbury af tot in Johannesburg. Daarvandaan af is die reëlings was heeltemal deurmekaar. Is hulle Springs toe. By Springs hulle aangekom en toe sê hulle maar die kompetisie is nie daar nie, dis nou in Pretoria.
No.
So die kommunikasie was heeltemal deurmekaar. Hulle het hier by ons aangekom by HTS tuine en die kompetisie gedoen en hier was hulle gestrand.
Ag nee. Wat het gebeur?
Weet jy daar, Martin, ek het nou nie in detail, al die detail by my nie, maar wat ons gehoor het, is die ou wat hulle gesponsor het toe gedisappeer daai kant, dit is nou vir die trip terug, en hulle kon nie om in die hande kry nie, en so toe ons nou maar Sondagmiddag het ons die oproep gekry via een van ons sektor ondervoorsitters. Ons Hercules is in 4 sektore opgedeel en HTS is in sektor 3. So Ria Venter het ons laat weet op ons PRO groep. Ek moet ook sê ek is nou deel van die Exco, die uitvoerende komitee van die HGPF, die sekretaris daar. En dan Jan Prinsloo en Tella van Deventer is ook deel van die bestuur. Ons het dadelik ingespring en ons is toe nou vir Ria gaan optel in ons skool toe om te gaan uitvind wat gaan nou wel aan. Die kinders is in die skool se gimnasium geakkommodeer vir die 2 aande. So hulle het daar geslaap, gebad en sulke goed en ja, hulle was stranded.
Shame. So these kids very far from home, very far from Malmesbury. It's quite a trek. And the bus company, well, that was just not available for their trip back. And I imagine that they didn't have the funds for it. And I know that you guys jumped in, Johan, and well done with that. Regtig waar, wel gedaan. You immediately reached out to try to get a fundraiser together. They needed something like 20 or 30,000 rand. To get back in, and when I saw that amount, I thought to myself, that's very doable.
Yeah.
Knowing South Africans the way that I do through Good Morning Angels, that's going to be done. And you guys did it, Johan.
Yeah.
You did it and got these kids back home. Is it reg?
Dis korrek, ja, Martin, weet jy wat, ons het as GPF het ons nou ingespring, ons het op ons wijkstand, sê ek nou ons raadslede se groepe het ons gevra, ek is deel ook van die Angels in Need, ons is 'n NPO wat omsien na minder bevoorregte mense en daai tipe van goed, so ons het nou maar 'n WhatsApp uitgestuur en gevra, hoe, waar, wat, dit was meer gewees eers om net die kinders gevoed te kry, kos en koeldrank te kry.
Ja.
So daar's ou tannie wat vir ons koeldrank aangebring het, 'n ander vrou het vir ons vetkoekemins gebring. So almal het gebring. Verstaan jy? Dit is die gemeenskap.
People got involved. I love that.
Ja. Hulle het involved geraak. Ons raadslid in ons wijk het ook gegaan. Die goed is op sy groepe gepost en toe kom het uit, ja, daar die kinders moet terug en die oues nêrens te vind nie. Toe besluit ons, weet jy wat? Kom ons vra, hoe gaan ons die kinders daar kry?
And you did it. These kids are back in Malmesbury.
Ja, om hulle terug te kry, want verstaan jy, die ouers is op ons, op die 4 adults wat saam met hulle is, en ek het toe gegaan, ek het 'n mooi briefie gaan skryf en gesê, moenie worry nie, ons het half en half nou ingetree, saam met die skool en almal, ons gaan hulle so gou as moontlik in die Kaap terugkry.
Well done, and I know that you do a great job in the community. As the Hercules Community Policing Forum, I know that the kind of stuff that you do in that community is quite far-reaching. I know you reach out to children, people in very, very dreadful conditions and trauma, and I can just imagine the kind of work that you do there. And it's to that I want to introduce you to our angel this morning, to Maria. You just heard her on air with some good news for you, Johan.
Thank you so much, Johan, for helping the community, for bringing everyone together, and for doing all the things that you continue to do. In light of that, we would like to give you 50,000 rand towards the expenses you spent.
Maria, thanks a million. Thanks a million. That is a big surprise to us. Really, you guys do a fantastic job. I don't have words. All that I can say is dankie. You know, from the Hercules CPF side and the victim empowerment with, we are working with all these gender-based violence and that type of stuff. So we're looking out for the kids. And as I say, the kids is safe in Cape Town. There is some of the councillors that side as well who came on board to make sure that the kids get food that side, and they were escorted back to Malmesbury.
Good job, Johan. Good job.
All these kids are actually orphans. Hulle is weeskindertjies. So, weet jy wat, dis hoekom hulle te my hart kom klim. En ek dink die hele span voel dieselfde soos ek.
And I know that you are going to spend that 50,000 rand wisely. You need that kind of fund and support so everybody else can get involved with what you do. I encourage that to get the ball rolling. 50,000 rand van Good Morning Angels en natuurlik Lottostar volgende Summer of Millions. Mense het bygedra. Johan, lekker dag vir jou. Keep up the good job, man.
Martin, you guys, thanks a million. Thanks a million.
Dankie hoor. Cheers, Johan. Johan Kloete daar van die Hercules Community Policing Forum. Love it when a community gets together like that, makes a change. And they were orphans as it is, and they were stranded very far from there. And I can just imagine, and Johan did a good job. You know what? There is more, because we're just going to keep phoning and keep inviting people in until we've spent a sizable amount this morning of that check that stands here in the studio, courtesy of Maria and Lottostar. So stay right there.
Julle is 'n fees, man. Yes, julle is funny. Oh, julle maak elke dag awesome.
You're with your morning family. Breakfast with Martin Bester.